Ladies and gentlemen, this is it. The grand finals of our Rising Star tournament. DarkAngel in the blue color will be bringing in Cutter. And on the other side of the map, playing in the red, this is LGK. They're actually rematching Forge here. They've already played in this tournament, and now they meet again after the loser's bracket is over. LGK running on fumes, just had a coffee, hoping to hold on to dear life. Prize pool is 175 pounds. Well, let's see how that ends up and with whom. DarkAngel actually one of the big donators to this one. Headed in 50. Man just keeps re-donating his winnings. He's performing so well in the Rising Star tournaments lately. Always second place pretty much. But this time he got LGK 3-0 in the other series, so there's a very high likelihood he can win. I think it would be his first. But it's usually like Stormy or people like that taking first spot. But Stormy's not playing today. He's lurking somewhere in the chat, I think. As far as build orders go, we're gonna have an early Forge Hog with 2 mini bases here for LGK. DarkAngel is getting a hero himself, but with 3 minis. And you know, Cutter, I kind of like Cutter in the early game here. It's relatively easy to deal with the Forge Hog when you have Grenade Marines and a Spartan. The Spartan just needs to jump. You don't need to upgrade the Hijack upgrade. You just go mines and do your best with that. Of course, Forge is entirely capable of shutting down the mines, but if he's stunned, he can't shoot. That's when you drop the mines on him. Then you follow up with like ODST drop. This stun gets even better. Destroy the Forge Hog twice and you've got momentum for Cutter for the next 10 minutes. Warthog plays aren't really super viable against Cutter either, because you just get your 2-star Diegos, your Cyclops. And once you really get going with the numbers there, especially once your big drop is in, you have like 4 or 5 of those things, well, that's when Forge has real trouble. Spartan doing a good job here picking up stuff. I would hope that Jackrabbit isn't here for capturing purposes. That would mean DarkAngel went raid too, but I don't think he did. He shouldn't. Oh, I don't like the Jackrabbit stuff. Not against Forge. I don't like it. Oh no, he's committing too. It's so many rabbits. Snipers will be taking care of that Spartan, it seems. Mines don't take care of them though. Well, ammo round hits the Jackrabbits and they're annihilated. LGK just absolutely owning everything that Dark has thrown at him. It's very difficult to attack up here with all the garrisons around. Like, you just put snipers and marines all over. Even with Jackrabbits, Cutter's gonna have a rough time, because while the Forge Hog alone beats that, let alone with marines. But marines at least would have had a chance here. You get them grenades and the snipers are no longer that scary, even in garrisons. Is there a second generator? No, not really. That is a very late second generator. if you're gonna make one now. But I think Dark is looking to do an ODST drop somewhere. Won't be an easy one, because the main is already populated with turrets. Okay, rabbits, get away from this. No big deal. No big deal. LGK will definitely get that base up. Even if there's an ODST drop, which I still haven't seen anywhere. Where are the ODSTs? Holy crap. They're not anywhere. That's insane. So after having a second generator this late, there's also no ODSTs. That's crazy to me. Finally, I've been waiting for this all my life. Okay, it cleaned up the mini base extra buildings, not bad, but also Dark did lose the mini base himself. This should put a stop to all the infantry from our forge though, right? Nope, not just yet. Base is now getting upgraded. T2 will help LGK a lot. Dark is hitting it roughly at the same time, but Dark's problem is his base is under attack and he's got nobody here. And in fact, the base itself is not getting the 5-slot upgrade. Well, this is gonna be a slow setup here. LGK looks to be preparing for a lot of Hellbringers with probably dispersion nozzles. That's what I expect at least. Spartan can handle the individual ones coming out of the base though. That should be absolutely no problem. LGK now finally transitioning into a bunch of Warthogs. 9 minutes, it's pretty late for Forge, but hey, there's a bunch of Jackrabbits running around. He's got mini base control all over. As long as he can keep the base going as well, everything's gonna be fine. Scatter bombs ready. A Cyclops drop would be nice, but it's not that resistant against turrets. It's a good idea to stack them so that you can take out the Fortrog later. This game is really not going in the direction a cutter would want. There's no momentum here, right? So LGK has pretty much free reign, which is how a Forge would want to play, and especially the ability to get Hellbringers going with dispersion nozzles is super nice for him right now. Because what do you do about that? Like, your mass infantry army is not going to be able to handle this. ODSTs, ditto. They're not good against Hellbringers. Scatter bomb should be saving the fort truck there. Statues were looking scary, but it's got the shields back. Anti-vehicle turrets will be rather helpful. And generally, free turrets will be a very nice way to keep all this at bay. Warthog's now getting in by dark. Ooh, the double Kodiak drop is in. They're not targeting buildings just yet. And in fact, we're gonna see... Oh, what? That seems to have missed. DarkAngel is in with his big drop. Will take over a Kodiak. Destroys that thing. 4 trucks down. Both Kodiaks are down. One is captured. Huge army suddenly for DarkAngel. He can put in another Cyclops drop. This is going to be nearly unstoppable right now. Wow, he turned that around quick. Maybe these guys can do something, but... I don't know. Can they do more than this group? Wait. Why is everyone scattering every which direction? I don't... Why are the Cyclops coming here? Oh my god. You are kidding me. Where is the tank? Bro, where did the tank go? What? Did he run over some mines or something? Oh! That is so random, DarkAngel. What are you doing, sir? I am confused. That army should have just gone from base to base to base and clean up. I am so... It's such a mess. Oh no, Dark. You see, when they go together, they're doing so well. Kind of crazy that 2-star Cyclops actually doing some damage to the Hellbringers. It's not nothing. Kind of shocked. Hellbringers trying to come in here, but there's 3 turrets. Sorry, gents. This isn't gonna work. The Grizzlies are here. The bombs are in as well. The anti-vehicle turret might as well be made of paper. It's a really good move by LGK, but can this just get shut down by all this? I mean, that's a lot of Cyclops, right? Then you get a Spartan into one of the healthier ones. And you basically got cleanup. Ooh, good stun. One of them down. Can't just smoke it whenever. And that leaves you with just one. Cyclops are doing the bulk of that work. Of course, this Grizzly doing a lot as well. Heavy metal was cast to try and save it, but it's already gone. Funnily, LGK is still working on a 2.5 base economy with a significant map control on mini bases. That's crazy. This is a very deadly army though. So if DarkAngel can just plow through everything and re-establish dominance. Then I think DarkAngel is in a good spot, but honestly, LGK is not really on the struggle bus. Like, this economy is sick. It's just he will need some anti-infantry to deal with this. Must have been a good cup of coffee, he says. Was that a barrage? Nice. When you have a Spartan in a vehicle, you do get the vehicle ability. So that's neat. Heavy metal wears off when you hijack. Yeah. Yeah, the buffs are reset, like it applies to your stuff. That's all Wolverines all of a sudden. Oh my god. It's all the Wolverines. We got a damage donut over here. This is where the Wolverines should be. So damage donut is not even shown on the minimap. Not at all. That's nuts. How are you supposed to see that as a caster? LGK is about to lose the base. That's gone. But he is also at, oh my god, the Wolverine and Hellbringer squad. Oh my god, what is this? What is this absolute thing that is happening right now? I can't. What are we watching? Oh my god. I am dying here. You can't make this up. The Wolverine Hellbringer squad going to hit bases against tanks. That coffee must have been good. It has a different meaning than what I thought. Okay, the Spartan has a star, or the Grizzly does, I don't know. Tank beats everything. Even the mini bases. Okay, LGK no longer has an expo on our boy Dark. In fact, Dark is gonna have expos on him soon. What are these guys doing here? Come on, gotta move on. Dark's capturing all the power nodes now. This is the cutter gameplay right there. Very nice. Oh, that's plenty of Hellbringers to try and deal with the Cyclops and whatnot. But Dark doing a good job of walking out of these fire areas. It's not gonna matter though when it's everywhere. Alright, Dark will get his 4th base up and running next. And a little bit of everything. Yeah, the Hellbringer stuff just doesn't work against tanks, man. They have a different job. You want to clean up the infantry? Great. Focus that. But as the tank numbers increase, it's gonna be less and less useful. So in the end game, you do have to swap into some other stuff. Ooh. It's unfortunate this tank wasn't benefiting from that, but it did get a kill here. Even though it walked over the mine, it was worth it. And DarkAngel will be winning game 1 then. Wow. Okay, that's not how I expected this to go, but DarkAngel still pulled ahead in the end. I think just Cutter is very difficult to play into it with Forge, to be honest. Yeah, Dark did play well too. Welcome to game 2. We've got Rift as the map, and DarkAngel is picking Jerome in this one. Then on the other side, LGK Smurf is bringing in Atriox. That should be a nice leader. Great for macro plays on macro maps. Get a ton of bases with your fortifications upgrades, and you should be stonking. So if he does that for the next 10 minutes, you'll be like, come on, do something. And then suddenly the eco kicks in. Big green candle melts your face off. You guys know the meme. Well, not much here to have for LGK. The Jackrabbit already took it all. But he gets the middle at least. He gets some of his own side, and then this. Yeah, that's okay. I think if you're LGK, you're happy with that. This for Dark is gonna be a longer term play with the double generator. Don't expect anything crazy in tier 1 here. We might get to see the hero after Gen 2. That's exactly what it will be. And then just capturing some power nodes, I suppose. Very chill. LGK going for the second extractor. Maybe a hero. We're about to find out. Hero followed up by... Yeah, hero's in the back. Okay. That makes sense. And then followed it up by bases. With bases, not by. Sorry, I'm also getting tired, so... You have to forgive me. This guy's just chilling. Don't worry, guys. AI won't take your job anytime soon. Look at these guys. Although I wouldn't bet on it. DarkAngel is... That's dystopian as hell. Anyways. DarkAngel second base. Well, you know what? LGK says, what's better than 2? Haha. Ho 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 ho. 3 bases, that's right. Add some turrets to it. That's gonna be a lot of leader power XP. Now the Marines are beautifully kiting backwards to avoid getting blasted by the Sentinel beams. It's just saving a little bit of health on these boys, but honestly, time-wise, is it worth it? I know it's super fun to micro this stuff, but I think competitively speaking, it's just you gain more out of the power that you get faster if you just let the Marines take damage. There's a lot of fun little things you can do in Halo Wars. At max range, the grunts just can't see the Marines. They have a lot of range on their anti-air weapons. It's different to targeting ground target, actually. Anyways, this base is probably not gonna stay up. If the Chosen comes around, then maybe. But still, that Spartan Jerome is trouble. And there's plenty of grenades here. Also, don't forget the Spartan does boost the boys. Those grenades are hitting extra hard. Well, here's the next problem. DarkAngel going for... Oh, he's going tier 2. Oh, sorry. UI getting messed up. So if he's going tier 2, then that means that Mastodons weren't a priority. He's not gonna fill them with just Marines. He also wants some tier 2 business. Or he just goes combat tech Marines in Mastodons, and happy with that. He did get 2 power nodes much sooner than LGK, and LGK honestly doesn't have units right now, so if he gets kind of just run over by 4 Mastodons full of combat tech Marines, that would actually be rather scary. And I think it would work very nicely together actually with Nightingales, because Nightingales can heal 3 targets at once, right? So you get like 2 Nightingales and all your boys are healed at once. So this is hard to play against now. There's a sniper in there, by the way. Brutes. Of all things. I don't like that. I like the mass turrets. That's really smart, actually. But the brutes, I don't quite get. Of course, if it's just a handful to take out the minis, then great. That will pay for itself very quickly. Especially if you take both minis over. These things are very immobile, it's hard to react, right? So that's why I think it's just a clever play into Jerome. Well look, this Marine can just occupy the garrison and the 3 Mastodons can get to work. There are, however, 3 turrets here. So I do think that's gonna do a lot. A bit of healing might be necessary later. The brutes are on the job on the other side as predicted. Anti-vehicle turret upgrades are coming in. And these boys are... they're still not Dark Skies brutes, just normal ones. Oi. Where are we going? Yeah, go with the others, that's better. Got 2 snipers in these already. That's definitely a problem for the Chosen. Can't easily handle that. Marines will discover that there's in fact a base here too. Are there just too many Mastodons now? There's a bunch of Marines all around the map, like by the power nodes and whatnot. They could be in those, in the Mastodons. What? Reaver? I guess 1 makes sense, but don't need more than that. Just in case there's Nightingales. We need something for these things. And Wraith Banshee would be great. that you need tier 3, and we're pretty far from that still. LGK has spent a significant amount of power on turret upgrades, so that will keep everything at bay, of course. Now this base is going to be under attack. I was almost worried the beam won't get them. Holy crap. Those things are so tanky. If Dark had just moved them, I'm sure one of them would have made it. This will definitely buy some time. But now the Mantis has landed, even more firepower coming in. Just empty Mantis, I don't know, man. DarkAngel is just on 50 pop. Trying to get the Time for Heroes buff, but there's no units. It's worth less than having units. Nice to have when you drop below. Thresholds are 40 pop and 60 pop, depending on whether you upgrade it or not. It's not upgraded, so 40 is where it kicks in. Wow, that victory turret doing work. More work than the army, really. Look how damaged that base just got. To be fair, you can't control what the guys in the Mastodon shoot, so there is that. Dark just needs more stuff, then there's a higher chance he shoots the right things. Oh, the mines are causing some trouble. Okay, another full Mastodon coming. But there's a sniper in there, so limited building damage potential. Oh god. The Marines are going underground. Hope the game doesn't crash. Well, the Chosen in that garrison is absolutely bonkers, so good luck dislodging that. Even with the extra Mastodons, it's going to be difficult. Snipers or not, this is very, very strong unit. He believes he can fly right back into the other Mastodon. Is the way to win to wipe out the entire opposition? Yes. But people usually just resign at some point if it's impossible for them to come back. So you rarely see, well, you sometimes see people really wait for the last second, but in a tournament you can just resign. It's very obvious people will do that. Well, both players are tier 3 for a while now. And we're gonna start seeing the tier 3 tools like the hero upgrade. Like tanks. Maybe even vultures. But Jerome can actually go Hornets. You got a whole lot of buffs. And they do affect the air units. Overground aura. Is it everything aura? Especially with Spartan morale, they do get very strong. Chosen in the garrison again. This is gonna be hard. Beam coming through, hurting the units quite a bit, but so is the trash dump. And when you're doing the beam, you can't control your units because you're controlling the beam, so I have to cancel the beam to react, which is not ideal because you've paid for it. But the LGK has established a nearly 100 population army with a ton of Wraiths. So these Mastodons kinda are gonna need some backup. And so far, all I see is Hornets. I think DarkAngel needs to pull back and get some anti-vehicle turrets in this. Doesn't have any so far, but the Wraiths are coming anyway. They don't mind that. DarkAngel makes it easy, it's gonna be easy, that's it. Maybe if he canceled some of these units, he could throw in Omega Team, but it doesn't have the power still. Some of those Marines are 1 star. Would be good to keep them alive. But easier said than done. So many production buildings for LGK, but now that he has 4 bases properly established, he's in a pretty good spot. DarkAngels also essentially max. He's got the Wingman Hornets, the boys on top. Seems safe to me. Yeah, Shock Run Cyclops inside these Mastodons, that would be sick. Definitely agree with that. Would be great to see. We got a Kodiak somewhere. Is that a siege turret? Yeah, siege turret. Right, next up, 120 population. Not for LGK just yet. DarkAngel has the money. We could go for it. Or maybe saving for Omega Team. Nah, let's get Pop. We can get to Omega Team later. Oh, he really doesn't want the business with that base. But he also doesn't want the business with the army, so... Okay, LGK is nearly ready for base population upgrade. Anytime now. There it is. Just queued it up. Well, with all those Hornets taking out the tanks is not the problem. It's the not the Wolverines, the... What are they called? I forget. What's wrong with me? Reavers. I think 8 hours of casting my brain breaks too. Well, LGK is certainly getting very rich right about now. Got 120 population space. You can get out some extra units now. Engineers are a very good idea to add. Beam is here. We got also Spartan Morale activated, but it didn't hit most of the units. But neither did the beam, so it's okay. Next time, he can do better. Dark's looking to get some kind of hit in on the other side of the map. Turret's getting wrecked. But here comes the army to defend, of course. It's gonna be a difficult... Oh god, they're vulnerable. They're running down the air. Oh god, DarkAngel's gonna lose everything, isn't he? Could drop in the Spartans, I suppose, and try to take over the Wraiths, but is it gonna work? I sure is gonna try. Double victory turrets in. Woo, that's a great trash dump, but Vanish is just gonna teleport out of this. What that Spartan needs to do is survive and urgently. Oh my god. Gets into the Mastodon, but that's got blasted too. Woo! He's dead. I really thought he might make it out of there. Right into the Mantis, but it didn't work. That said, the entire Banished army is also clipped pretty good. Hornet. Cyclops. Ooh, okay, that's different. Now the Cyclops with shock rounds. We mentioned this earlier. That is gonna change this completely. That Chosen's going in way too deep. Ooh, it was a bait. Didn't hurt too much, I guess. LGK does have a big population advantage, though. Wow, look how much DPS this thing is soaking up after it dies. Dying Breath is just insane. You really have to micro when you see that little effect popping up. You gotta find a new target. So far, so good by DarkAngel. He's doing well. The anti-vehicle turrets are working very hard too. And that to me looks to be a hold. Okay, where's Omega team? Can't afford it. Not even close. He does have his hero though. At least that. It's a beam level 2 coming through. Wow, he's gonna do absolutely nothing. Oh my god. It's an expensive weapon to do nothing with. And all this extra vehicle is just trying to pass through. Or not gonna pass through. Victory turrets aren't tired of winning yet. We do this all day. Good job as well shooting down the smoke there. Means the hero can't shoot. Has to be saved for the teleport. And we're back to where we came from. Except DarkAngel doesn't have any population, basically. only game 2, you guys. We're gonna be here a while. These guys really aren't destroying anything. Hey, what if we just went into vultures, you know? Like, they'll be also affected by the Spartan aura, and the nukes are gonna be insane. So, why not go for that? It's a much bigger nominal damage increase, as it's percentile, and the nuke damage number is crazy. Okay, upgrading the base to 7 slots. Maybe this one as well. Can't believe LGK is going for the turtle match when he's sleepy. We got 4, 5, 6 extractors. That's it, 6 extractors. He's still spending the power, so it's clearly not enough power. Some man can never be satisfied. Can't afford vulture. Well, that's a good point. But why? It's because we spent all our money on hornets. Hornets are expensive. They're at the fault of everything. All that happened, blame it on the hornets. Don't get me wrong, they're great, but I think for them to be truly great, you need to be on free bases, then you can pump them like mad. Here, DarkAngel just can't max out, and he's about to be base wiped. Meanwhile, the anti-air just picking off everything and everyone. It's nasty. That hero. Oh! The missiles that locked on after the teleport. It killed him. Oh! Doesn't matter, GG. DarkAngel colony, blue color. LGK Johnson, red color. Maps Frontier. Looks like DarkAngel will be on the sides way sooner, and we'll be getting the majority of the resource pickups. The Jackrabbit is coming to harass, but by the time it gets here, the Grunt will have gobbled up a quarter of this. So far so good. The rest of the damage it can just absorb, then go to the healing zone and back. Okay, Dark, yeah, got to react. Oh my god. It's gonna be fine. Front mini coming up for Dark. LGK is getting an early armory, of course. Makes a lot of sense with basically any UNSC. Maybe not with Serena unless you're very comfortable. Here's the thing, if you go up against the Hunter Capitano as Serena, you're not gonna want to rely on the ice cream truck. Great camps coming up for Dark. Certainly Johnny can stop it. Some Goliaths aren't gonna be too scary for him. You get out some snipers, you put down some bunkers, things should be fine from there. And then you just creep forward. Especially when LGK has 4 mini bases. That is insane. Of course, it's punishable. The penalty is gorillas. Can 100 LGKs beat a gorilla? Oh my god. Anyway. Here he comes. No upgrades. Smart missile coming very soon though. A bit of a knockdown. Another one. And another one. And another one. Oh, that's tough, man. He should be able to make it to the bunker though. Yeah, it's all good. This is kind of like not enough. Gonna chill in the bunker there while his damage is getting out-healed, really. And these Goliaths can go all day. Bunker's about to be destroyed. And I think Johnny is next. Oh, this is gonna hurt, man. Wait, why didn't that ram go through? There's a turret up. So there's some hope. Maybe if the boys ram the buildings, but nah, there's enough firepower without that. At some point, DarkAngel is gonna get his 3rd point. Until then, he just brings over more gorillas. And then follows it up with 2 more from the drop. Should have like 5 or 6 gorillas even. That's nuts. Not gonna be a second heal, but you just put the skit on this Goliath. Oh my god, this is gonna work. Just a little bit of extra health for it. Every little bit counts. Neat. Next turret is getting bullied now. Johnson does have some support here, but you know, you get in your boys to focus down that. I think you're gonna be just fine. But DarkAngel's raid cap at the moment isn't building anything. So this is actually just 3 gorillas left. Let's see if that's gonna be enough. There's no turret coming for LGK. Oh, he's in so much trouble actually. Without a turret, there's almost no hope. There's no marines, there's no rabbits, there's nothing. Took down the gorilla there, but the choppers are gonna end him. And this time the gorillas are gonna get whatever they want. Plenty of time left before the turret completes. I think you could just really keep attacking this base. Main it down, doesn't matter. Doesn't matter if the Johnny comes out even. What happened with the movement there? Like, did the building get in the way? They should be able to just attack. Pathing being weird, I guess. But the LGK is super dead here. The mini bases have been nice, but I think they were a liability, to be honest. It's nice to have the income, but what good is the income if you're dead? EMP Mech Blast would have been nice to see. But when you have to remake your hero 3 times, well, that's tough. Can't go without snipers, really. That's the moral of the story to me. If there are snipers in the bunkers, I think they stay up. DarkAngel, blue color. Could be the last game. Brings Yap Yap for it. On the other side of the map, LGK Smurf is going in with Isabel. Completely normal build, of course. Jackrabbit is trying to get up north to steal a mini. Well, not steal, just secure it. Steal would be if he gets both. That would be crazy. You really need a triple pad opener for that. Otherwise, it's just not possible. Chopper, however, is rather potent at shooting this Marine, of course. The Jackrabbit is going to have great difficulty trying to... Oh my god! Woo! We just barely got out of that. Yeah, the Jackrabbit just can't hit this thing. If you micro properly, Chopper has free reign here. Nice one, saving the Marine there. But the Chopper can still kill it. Gotta be really careful with that. I think DarkAngel also should have no difficulty getting the third mini base for himself. Then he has a mini base advantage. He has the Yap Yap Cannon Fodder advantage, where he can just be an absolute spammer. The Marine has been picked off. So yeah, pretty good start for DarkAngel, but I think LGK wants to put on some pressure now. He's gonna have the barrack ready sooner, but of course DarkAngel can just respond with mass cannon fodder coming over. Oh, he's already stealing some power. Neat. Double generator by LGK, of course. But, oh, actually, I would have liked for DarkAngel to make this a raid camp down there. Because if you can attack the main and this mini base at the same time, UNSC is going to have great difficulty defending both. Certainly can be done. UNSC is not weak, but in terms of building, destroying power, these guys are way above where Hellbringers are. Of course, Jackrabbit, Hellbringer can deal with them very easily, so that's why you need also choppers. That's why DarkAngel probably wants to be in one spot to win one side decisively and then focus on the rest next. At the same time, this does mean that probably LGK will be able to go to tier 2 and get into Warthogs, which should be able to push that back the Banished. We'll see. Oh, even Hero coming soon, maybe. There it is. Good way to handle the mines with those cannon fodder. Really, nobody got hurt in the end for Dark. So he's got finally the overwhelming force that I was talking about earlier, just in one location. The Spartan would have been the savior here if she had only been here, but she's not. Still, the chopper numbers aren't objectively high enough to immediately take her out of the equation. So got to be a little careful with that. But once there's like 2-3 brutes and 5-6 choppers, that's easy. It's a really good idea to hug the base like that, because any ramming chopper would just hit the building and take a lot of damage. As retaliation, these guys, if they were, imagine if these guys were brutes. Dark has the resources, so there's, like I said, this being a raid camp, I think that's just a huge play. And you can still do the rest. You can still do everything that you needed to do. Here we go. Those generators are definitely gonna be bullied. The Spartan is a million miles out. Ooh, one of the choppers actually ran over the mines. Gotta be really careful with that. Avoid the Spartan even if possible. But now Methane and Brute, yeah, that will deal with this very quickly too. The Spartan comes in. Best option is to steal the Methane. Oh, I'm not sure I like the healing. What is that? Huh? Bro just ran off the map. What? I've not seen that ever. I've never seen that before. Okay, they're completely dislodged now. One is in the base. Okay, that was something. And now we don't get the generator kill. That's crazy. No way. Well, off we go to tier 2. Try again later. DarkAngel already has the third generator done. He can click up to tier 2. He's got some more building slots to fill. All in all, no big deal. He can be back later. Another chopper goes down. Advanced generator remains super weak. I would like to see a bunch of more cannon fodder from Dark though. No reason to be so low in population as, yep, 51 does count as low. Anything far below max is low. The Tickle Boys definitely could have been a problem there. Mines is still working hard there. Oh man. Well, there's an anti-vehicle turret, so it's not gonna be easy to come up, but the expo can be denied by DarkAngel. He's doing good with that. Spartan's looking for some action over here. Maybe taking over the mini shouldn't be a big issue. I think it's doable. Oh, what's this? Was that from a drop? What's it 1 star? Well, it got the kill. But where's the excuse me, where's the others? This funny voice crack. That's what I get for going 8 hours. Okay, more fronts coming in. Goblins, that is. With the second base denied, if the other mini bases get picked off as well, LGK is actually in big trouble, and this mini is super weak right now. The choppers alone can handle that. Don't even need to send everyone there. Just go for all of them. Spartan will be leveling up here, but there's no Marine to come with. So the capture process won't be simple. This, however, DarkAngel that's losing the minis in the end. Gen's back, both of them. Dark's now in all the spots. Wait, he still didn't kill this. But he doesn't remember how bruised and battered it is. They should now. Did the drop land on mines? Well, do remember they were like 3 turrets here already at the time, so it's pretty easy to lose the drop to that many turrets. Sorry for missing it. Just Yap has a lot of spots all around the map, and a drop is just a spot on the map. We should really get lethal power warnings. Age of Mythology does that so well. Like, they just literally print the lethal power icon in the top right. And if it has a duration, they also show that. And they flare the minimap where it happens. That would be all so neat. Now the boys are going for another attack. Most of the power nodes now belong to our Yap. DarkAngel LGK is definitely on the struggle bus, but he's in tier 2. He's pumping Warthogs. He's got a base coming up and another base just starting. I do think this will take some significant damage though, still while it's building, so that's painful. Oh god, there's a drop. They took over the mini and now forced the base to be recycled. Oh boy. They do it to the next one as well. That's especially problematic because Dark has been on 2 bases for a long time now. He has 4 power extractors. He knows about this. It's exactly where he's gonna go. Can't hit the main with the 4 turrets, so we're not in the rush there. Well, Isabel doesn't have a drop, so Warthog doesn't get anything done. There are turrets there too. Imagine if Isabel had drops. How crazy would that be? Dark now starting to steal bases because he just wants the spot secured. Doesn't want LGK to have any. Dropping in the methane, of course. We'll be debuffing these buildings significantly. Bigly. Huh? Did that Mac Blast even do anything? That must be bugged. That can't have been right. I swear it did like nothing. Might have trouble interacting with the methane. Methane shouldn't produce it that much. Huh, that was weird. There was also a heal zone by the goblins, so all of these units might have been counted as invulnerable, and maybe on my side as a spectator, I saw the visual effect before the actual effect happened. I don't know. But there was some kind of timing desync there. That's what I would guess. Anyway, with the Grunt Dome drop, this is just nasty business. All the buildings are getting taken down anyway, but with this, it's even faster. And really all that Dark needs to do at this point is heal his methane back up. Fort wagons need a heal. Come on, boys. You can heal. You can heal. You can do it. You have 3 heals. Or 2. Whatever, but you can do it. Oh, he's gonna lose the fort wagons, isn't he? Really? 2 tanks against all this. It's not gonna be enough. Oh, there's Wraiths now. Great. And another drop. Holy cow. Alright. LGK is gonna come back for the revenge at some point. One day. But today's day belongs to DarkAngel. He's your champ. We want to thank our website patrons. This is by far the best way to support MetaPlays. Your contribution helps keep the project sustainable and allows us to produce more and better content. If you aren't yet a patron, check out our link in the description and get in touch to collect your perks. We will see you the next time.